report they'd like to make.
I do.
Mr. Gerard.
I've had a busy summer. Starting from last week, probably one of the most exciting experiences of my life was to be a delegate at the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia. Not only having the role of a delegate, but the opportunity to meet so many people, including Randy Weingarten, who is the AFT president. She gave a wonderful presentation, and thanks to my wife, Dino, I had a front row seat. And one of the interesting things that Randy talked about that's very, very relevant to us here today is she had a message for people like us who work at the local level. And she said, what I think you should do, if you have financial problems, if you're a lower income district, what I'd like you to do is to go out in your county, in your state, look at some of the richer districts, study them. What are they doing? Because you'll find in those districts that the parents in those districts demand that students have the best of everything, the best counseling, the best curriculum, the best teaching approaches, all the innovations, the best technology. And even if you don't have the money for them, find ways you can adapt one or two or three of those practices. And for the others, fight for them, unite and fight for them. Because the future of our country is at stake. That's what education's all about. I was very, very inspired by her. It's a message that I have tried to emulate. I tried to emulate that in my campaign, even though it may be misheard by people. But that is really at the root of what Randy Weingarten advised us to do at this local level. I think we're doing some of that. And I think if we can build a larger support base for some of the initiatives that our local unions has talked about today, and others, which are as yet to be proposed, but hopefully with new leaders and new directions, we'll be able to have a more aggressive approach to funding education appropriately. We'll be able to get those done. But she said, don't give up. I also had a chance to hear from two congressmen who were on the same panel. This was sponsored by Atlantic Magazine. This is also relevant to us. Some real visionary people. Congressman Bobby Scott of Virginia, who probably is slated to become Senator Bobby Scott potentially next year to replace Tim Kaine. He talked about, from the Washington standpoint, the whole mindset change, going from the testing focus, the extreme testing focus, toward a more holistic view of students, and being able to engage more with teachers, and returning power as we've done in California to a local level. In fact, he cited California as being a model from that standpoint, and said that what really needs to be done, and I was very excited about this, is really talking about something our new trustee is quite an expert on, and that's really the whole idea of specialized or blended learning to try to adopt specialized approaches, which is what we're doing in many of our schools right now here in Morgan Hill. Had a chance also to talk with Barbara Boxer, and I think I brought the book here. I want to recommend this book to you. It's a new book she wrote. It's called The Art of Tough, Fearlessly Facing Politics and Life. And not only an inspiring talk, but also a very inspiring book that I started. And I have to say it was just a wonderful experience to meet like-minded people from around the country, and also to link up with other office holders in the Bay Area who have common interests, and some of whom actually are interested in bringing in some volunteer programs that they've started already up in Saratoga, for instance, into Morgan Hill. I'll be talking with superintendent staff about that as we go forward. So quite an exciting experience. Previously in the summer I went to Norway, in Spain, and I won't say that I did a deep study of schools in Norway, but I certainly talked to as many teachers as I could to find out their approach to education. And it's not testing focused. It's very holistic. It's very individualistic, and they even want to go further than that and make schools more customized to the individual student, less bureaucratic, less one size fits all. So I think the direction that globally we're trying to go in. We may have disagreements sometimes about small issues like tonight, but the overall direction and the vision that I think we have in California is one that we can see past some of the local issues, and we can see past the fact we don't have money. It's really the right way to go. That's what all the leaders that I talked to were saying. So, again, a great experience, a wonderful experience that I'll never forget, and I just wanted to report that to you.